judge's reaction in New York to being exposed that his family is making money off this rogue criminal prosecution, just like Fani Willis, the judge in New York, family is pocketing money off of the prosecution of Trump. That is not just partisan corruption, not just moral corruption. That is literal corruption. And what is the judge's reaction? Not, hey, maybe I should disqualify myself. It's Trump, you better shut up and not tell anybody about it, or I'm going to put you in prison even before we go through trial. And thankfully, Trump is like, fine, I've had enough of it. You want to put me in? I'll be the next Nelson Mandela. I love Nelson Mandela. Put me in. See what that looks like for you. See, because I'm not going to quit talking about you being a corrupt fraud on the American people. And so credit to Trump for being willing to stand up to these rogue judges, these rogue prosecutors, the exposing the weaponized, politicized nature of this process. I just hope he appreciates it's beyond him. It's been happening to ordinary people now for a long time. It's got worse over the last 10 years. The problem is the system itself. We need to take away this power from these people. They're untrustworthy and unreliable with it. Trump in his first term thought he could reform the CIA, reform the Pentagon, reform the NSA, reform the deep state. No, when you dance with the devil, it ain't the devil that changes. The devil changes you. The only way you can do is to conquer the devil and expel him to the regime, to the places where he belongs. All these judges, the DC judge, both New York judges, they should be under criminal prosecution because they're the ones interfering in an election. They're the ones violating constitutional rights and liberties, not Trump.
Robert, I'm ready. I'm just taking a note. I love that when you dance with the devil doesn't change. And I want to remind everybody, refresh everybody's memory of the details of what's going on. The judge's daughter, that's Judge Juan Marchand, that's his daughter. She works at whatever they call these things, a marketing firm, PR firm that represents the likes of Adam Schiff. She worked with Kamala Harris. They are making money hands over fist. Schiff has raised, I think it's $20+ million using this prosecution, the one that her father is spearheading right now. And Trump brought it up by linking to that New York Post article and then gets accused of threatening the family and bringing the daughter of the judge into this as though the daughter is an innocent civilian.
The Mackey thing, that exposing corruption, threats, interference. I mean, it's absurd. But it's like, if that's what constitutes a crime, okay, judge, you're committing a crime. Let's see how well you like it when you're on the other side of that dock. And I mean, that's almost the only thing that's going to get their attention. It's why they go nuts when Mike Davis talks about, if I'm attorney general, we're going to start with a list. You know, they went nuts when they heard Kash Patel's on the attorney general list, because these are people that are actually going to uphold the Constitution and aren't afraid to utilize their powers. I mean, as it's now turned out, as we talked about, November of 2020, Bill Barr knew about election fraud and was busy covering it up. Nobody wanted to listen to me because they bought into all the nonsense about Barr. I got a hush hush on Bill Barr. That's how bad Bill Barr is.